Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens or onto your headphones, depending on how you're watching this. I'm Eddie, and this is the Rollback. Folks, we're doing a bit of a throwback today. I'm here to talk to you about Shazam. Not Fear of the Gods, that'll come soon. I'm here to talk to you about the original 2019 version. So, Shazam, aka like teenage, lighthearted Superman with attitude? I think that works. So the synopsis. We all have a hero inside of us. For in Billy Batson's case, all it takes is one magical word to bring out the superpowers. That said, he does what any teenager would do. Hijinks ensue, he wants to test out his powers, but he has to master them quickly before the evil Dr. Thaddeus Savant wants to take over. Or take his powers. Something along those lines. Magic. So, the pros of this film. Again, came out in 2019. At the time of its release, it was sought at as the lighthearted reboot of the DC universe. One of the Letterboxd reviews actually said DC movies are good now because this movie has attitude. It has a style. It reflects a different input. It doesn't try to take all the notes from what's his face, Zack Snyder, or even Jason Ayers. The guy that directed the original Suicide Squad, the first one, not the James Gunn one. It tries to be a little more lighthearted for teenagers, not necessarily for kids, but it tries to have its own style. And I think that's to be applauded, and actually I think it accomplishes that very well. This movie is entirely different from the entire DCEU, and I think that's a good thing, honestly. From the comedy to the action, the views, the way these kids deal with their powers. Like, for example, how Billy wants to be internet famous. He starts uploading videos on YouTube with his stepbrother? Foster brother. Freddie Freeman. They start uploading videos on YouTube, getting a cult following. Also, they live in Philadelphia, which I don't know if Philly exists in the DC world. But hey, I'm here for it. It's fun, it's lighthearted, and frankly, it's a shot in the arm that DC needed, especially at this time. Also, we should probably give a proper shout out to one Mr. Asher Angel and Zachary Levi, both of whom play Billy Batson and Shazam perfectly mirror of each other. They play the same character, and it's perfect. Zachary Levi plays a teenage Superman, a superhero who's frankly immature. But there's a heart to this. See, at the beginning of the story, not at the beginning, but part of the story is Billy is a foster kid trying to locate his mom. That's why he keeps doing these break-ins. That's why he keeps dealing with the cops. He's trying to find where his mom is. He's trying to track her down. Now, an adult properly says, Billy, if your mom really wanted to find you, don't you think she would have done it? And he says, maybe she just doesn't know how. He's a kid. He doesn't know any better. And ultimately, him, being hurt once by his mom or not being able to find her, he has this outer exterior, this shell of his that he doesn't want to care for others. He just wants to find her. But nonetheless, the kid, he has it where it counts. At one point, when his brother's being picked on by a bunch of school bullies, Billy steps in, doesn't take a beating. He manages to get away, but he is chosen to be the champion of Shazam, who is also the name of the wizard. There's like 3 Shazams in this, so try to keep up. But yeah, Billy, heart full of gold. He finds his mom. He doesn't have the interaction that we were hoping for, and in that interaction he kind of realizes it's all about his foster family. It's not about blood, it's about the family that you choose to build. On the other side of that coin, we have the villain, Dr. Savant, played by Mark Strong. He has the opposite problem of Billy. He had everything growing up. Money, his brother, and his father, but that said, there was one issue. He believed in magic. He became obsessed with it because apparently he was a candidate at one point for the Wizard Shazam, but he decided, not this one. So he spent the rest of his life looking, being obsessed, and sure enough, finds it. He ends up finding the 7 deadly sins, using their powers to try and defeat Billy. And this massive final battle ensues. There's a lot of heart in this. I also like the dynamic of Dr. Savant being the exact opposite of Billy, using these powers for selfish gains. He does take revenge on his dad, which, fair enough, we all have parental issues. Murder's a bit far, but I'm not going to judge you, although I probably should. That said, though, Shazam is this breath of fresh air that the DCEU desperately needed. And you gotta wonder, if they had continued down this route, how different would the DCEU have ended up, rather than needing a hard reboot that's going to be coming out with The Flash. That said, I'm still looking forward to Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I am still looking forward to that. There are some cons in this film that I do want to bring up. While Mark Strong does play a great villain here, I can't help but feel like he was wasted. I feel like Mark Strong would play a better Sinestro rather than Dr. Savant. I'm just saying. Or maybe he would have been a great Martian Manhunter. Just throwing that one out there. But no, between the comedy, the great solid action, I want to be very clear, very solid action, great looking effects, it was a solid film. Genuinely, I enjoyed it all. This movie, I remember watching it. I watched it twice in the span of a week. And the second time, even though I knew everything that was going to happen, I was still really entertained. So good on y'all for that. But what did y'all think of Shazam, the original one from 2019? Are y'all looking forward to Shazam! Fury of the Gods? Let us know down below. Go ahead and comment. That said, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of The Rollback. Please like and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're always trying to grow this channel. Yeah, catch y'all later. See you, everyone.